name's LeeAnn and I'm with Pack First Properties Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Ella Gerfinkel. I'm a senior mortgage advisor at Alpine Mortgage Planning.
And my name is Doug Dillar. I'm with Goal Line Home Inspections.
Today we thought we would bring some information to you regarding lender-required repairs during a home inspection. What are lender-required repairs versus just repairs that would be nice to have in the course of a transaction? So today Doug and Ella will kind of talk back and forth about what the appraiser and the underwriter and the parties involved in the transaction think about this.
And I'm sure LeeAnn will have a lot to fill in for the blanks as well. So,
Shoot.
let's start with the usual. The rule of thumb in lending is the health and safety. So, I would ask you then, as the resident expert on the inspection side, what qualifies as health and safety?
Yeah, so one of the main things that we're looking for as home inspectors is things that are dangerous or that are potentially dangerous. And that can range anything from improperly wired outlets to old electrical panels to railings that aren't secured correctly to ventilation that's not correct, or even maybe a trip hazard that's on a walkway or the back deck that has an insecure board, something along those lines. So pointing out any health safety issues is high on the priority during a home inspection.
Yeah, one of the top issues that comes up, again, because of where we're at, the Pacific Northwest, which we really do enjoy and love, but it comes with some downsides in terms of climate, is dry rot, both on the outside decking and inside.
Yeah, and so rot, whether it's dry rot or wet rot, can affect the structure of the house. It's not fun to look at, any of those kinds of things. There's definitely a difference between what is a safety hazard versus what is just ugly. So rot that's around a window is not going to be a safety hazard, but I will call it out as a needed repair item.
Right.
Whether or not the lender requires you to have that fixed prior to closing can kind of vary from lender to lender, from what I understand. Now, rot that's on a board, on a decking, or on a beam in the crawl space, that's a different issue that definitely needs to be repaired, because that rot will just continue to expand and cause problems.
Yeah, and with moisture that can come from the inside, proper ventilation, especially when you're using the shower and it's very steamy, improper ventilation can create some molding concerns up in the attic. I don't know if that's going to be lender required, but Doug, do you want to speak on the remedy for that?
Yeah, so mold loves moisture. That's its food source. So the first thing to be checking out is if you're getting enough ventilation, because just because you're having mold doesn't mean that there's a leak. Typically in the attic, the reason that you're getting mold is that the vents, the soffit vents or the roof vents, are either blocked with dust or insulation, or there's just not enough of them. So you have to kill the mold, which I always recommend a professional goes and does that, because there's so many different types of molds and the health hazards vary. But once it's killed, then it's making sure that there's proper ventilation to keep air movement.
Another biggie that comes up on a lot of inspections, again, by virtue of being in the Northwest and the climate, is peeling paint. And some of the dangers of the peeling paint are really associated with the potential lead in the paint, in the pre-79 and even the post-79 paint. So let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, so if you see paint, don't eat it. That's the first thing I tell people. But it's actually the paint dust, so it's not, it's the lead dust that is the most dangerous, that's breathing in a lot. And paint that's not prepped right is more prone to chip and those kinds of things. So if you do have I think it is 78 or 79, you're going to want to have it properly prepped and cleaned, and somebody should have a licensed, a specific license to do lead remediation before they tackle that project in your house.
It becomes very expensive at that point.
Well, wonderful. We hope we've provided a couple of tips for you today. There's more where that comes from. We're very resourceful. Please give us a call anytime if you have questions. Thank you.
Look forward to talking to you all, and thanks for having Doug here.